be honest with you guys, man, and this just came to me from spirit. I realized what my journey was now. I realized the time that I was on my journey to be independent, I had to go be alone to learn my insecurities and work on my insecurities. And while I'm talking about my insecurities, let me give you guys a piece of advice. Don't jump into a relationship until you sure you dealt with your insecurities and you know what you want, because if you do, you're gonna end up with a person that reflecting your insecurities that you already feel that you're not healthy with, and it's gonna keep reflecting, keep damaging you. So it's best to get in a relationship when you sure you're established, when you sure your life is together, when you sure you got all your insecurities in check and you done mastered your insecurities. When you get yourself in check and know how to love yourself, it's better to jump in a relationship then than to just rush and jump in a relationship because other people are in a relationship or just because you don't want to be alone. Because I used to be in a relationship for both of them reasons. And I'm gonna tell you, it caused me to go through a lot of stuff I didn't have to go through. So I don't want to see any one of you guys go through that long term heartbreak situation, having to recover, having to go through a lot of stuff. I put myself through a lot of stuff because I was trying to move too fast and I didn't want to take time to gather myself and understand life. I was just trying to move, be like everybody else. But you have to take time to understand you. You have to take time to understand what drives you, what motivates you, what your shortcomings are, what you need to do to improve. And you have to importantly find happiness within yourself. If you find happiness within yourself, everything around your life will work out behind it. But you have to understand and be happy with you. You control if your life chaotic or not by the choices you make, people you bring around you, or the energy you give out on a daily basis. It's all up to you and what you want to bring to the world. You can change the world every day if you want to. Just like me using my voice, showing people what I can do. You can do the same thing. I'm nothing special. I'm just a person that got tired of living in his negative ways, decided to follow his heart on this spiritual journey, took it and never looked back. You can do the same thing I'm doing. Nothing special about me. I just got tired of living life one way and decided to change it and decided to use my voice to express how I felt. And it took off from there. So let me be an example that anybody can do this. Anybody can make it where I made it. And it's all about hustling and believing in yourself and doing what you know bring you peace and doing what you know bring you happiness. And I'm gonna always be in my power because of that. But one thing I want you guys to know, if you don't know nothing else from me, is to just overtake your insecurities by working on them one day at a time, and you can beat them. Cause I done beat mine, and I'm standing in my power forever, and I'm proud of everything I did. Cause I understand my journey. I understand everything I went through before the toxic stuff and after. And it was only toxic because I was hard headed trying to rush into things and didn't want to take my time to get to know myself. So please, before you date anybody or before you bring anybody in your life in a serious way, get to know you and get to know what you want so you won't be wasting your time causing yourself extra heartbreak for being stubborn, and then stand in your power and just remember to be you and don't let your insecurities beat you and you'll be fine in this life. But I realized I was meant to be alone to understand myself. And now that I understand myself, I understand everything my life went through was for this purpose to get me to understand myself. And the biggest thing I understand about myself was I moved too quick. I needed to take time to get to know me and get to know what I wanted out of life so I could move better. And that's the one thing I want to tell y'all. Just don't move too quick. Get to know yourself first. Get comfortable with who you are first. Because I'm comfortable now but I made my life a lot harder than it had to be. Only because I didn't want to listen. I wanted to be stubborn, and I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Don't be like me. Be better than me. Learn from where I made my mistake, so you guys won't have to go through as tough a life decision as I had to go through. Now I'm standing in my power and I'm confident now because I know my whole life story. But the one thing that keep repeating in my head is just not to move too fast or do too much. Take your time with life. It's the important thing. It's always gonna be there. And then once you get to a certain point, if you're trying to grow up too fast, when you finally do get that age to be able to do the stuff you wanted to do when you was younger, you gonna wish you could go back to being a kid. So if you a kid, enjoy being a kid. If you a teen, enjoy being a teen. Just enjoy the time you in while you got it. Cause once it's gone, it ain't never coming back. And that's just my last message for today, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though.